Good evening, everyone. We're here in the city of Espanola. We're attending a school board meeting. Excuse the wind, it's really windy up here. We're here to attend a school board meeting. They have on their agenda, they're going to be discussing the pallet homes, which is half a mile away from a nearby high school. So we came to attend the school board meeting, but I don't know where to go in. It's freaking windy here. Do you know where the school board meeting's at? Thank you guys for stopping in.
Thought that was the light from outside. Was it finally break off?
Do any kids fall here? This floor's all slippery. They run? Wow.
Hang on.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, but it's not a word to put the dust in.
Is there a, where's the public comment sign in?
Thanks for being
Huh. Do we have a lot?
No.
No? That's it, just me? If anybody wants to speak for public comment, she has the form. You know my name. How are you? Coach T?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Familiar with that?
You used to be my coach and I played football with
Yeah,
you
you
back
look
in the day.
familiar. Thanks for remembering. Things old folks feel good. It's been a long time.
Yes, sir, sure. You? How's everything? How's your family?
Ah, I love it.
Nice. That's good. That's awesome.
Nice, Steve, for sure.
Huh?
That's it, for sure. I love it.
That's good, man. That's good, man.
That makes me feel
Let's
real
see.
good.
Let's see how this plans out today.
Yeah, I hope it does good.
Right?
Senor, how you doing?
Doing well. Good. The meeting's supposed to start at 6 p.m. School board meeting, Witchy. It's a school board meeting. Test, 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 test. My name there, sir? Good, how are you? I wish it was.
That's the one, yeah. These are all in order. I have the list and I'll call the names. Do you want me to leave them up here so you guys can hand them out and do the handshakes? So they should be in order. Before that? Oh, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, these ones are first and then this one is second.
You want me to date it too? Please? Yeah, you can do today's date because we're sending it in tomorrow because it's due tomorrow. You need a second. That's what they said, the alcalde was out, no? Las Vegas. I don't know, I think there's probably maybe like one tree or something. But I mean, it's a forecast for this evening and rest of the night, and it's dropping to like 2 miles per hour, and it's going to 6, so it's very, very minimal. Yeah. So we just have to, so we're still, just have to send over to Lottie Pearson. So we just have to. I think we'll be fine. I think they'll fix it. Okay, yeah, because the wind seems to. Yeah. Yeah. So we don't have power. That's what they're saying. How do you put this damn chair from going back? There. Huh? No, you have to turn that knob. New and improved. So in the roundhouse, Benny. Yeah. And he said they wanted to sit down and have a conversation about the ESP. They said so. They asked me because they said that they touch base with you. Yeah, and I sent them the email that you sent to everybody. Yeah. So explain everything to them. Yeah. So I talked to them briefly about it. I had sent them an email to their contacts to see if they could schedule a time to sit down. I can share the information. Yeah, because they're gonna. Yeah, but then they hadn't responded, and I tried to call him the lieutenant today and just left him a voice message. So if I don't hear, maybe by the end of the day on Friday, maybe you can help me nudge on Monday. I had a company on my way home, so I can mention to because if I'm here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, even though it's spring break, I'm more working at 6. Because Benny called me earlier and told me to get him up after 7. But he's probably gonna ask me about that. Okay, so just because if you might be able to help at least facilitate it. Yeah, because they're gonna send me up. Yeah. But he asked me for an explanation, and then I sent him the thing you sent me because that's everything. With the email you sent to the whole. So I just forwarded that to them and said that was good. Thank you for the information. I mean, I would love to see just explain how I'll text you, let you know what it says. So anytime. I can move things around. So okay, let me see. If they set on a certain time or just I left my cell phone. Okay. So just waiting to hear back. All right. Thank you.
Like the power button is the bottom. Get it? Gotta like push it hard. Yeah. Sorry, they're just gonna. Sorry.
I think it works. Yes. It's supposed to be green. These were here since I became first elected as a board member 10 years ago. Test. It's just saying green, but it's not working. These aren't working.
Our technical difficulties. Can you switch yours on? Just in case if we turn it on.
We're gonna try it now. You have to push your button because they're red and green.
Just keep it pressed.
When you let him in.
Keep it pressing. You want to talk? Keep it pressing. I'll see. Green solid. But I'm gonna.
It's on now. Yeah.
See mine's on.
They have batteries. They pull the batteries out.
We're good, don't worry, I'm okay.
I have already loud voice, so you want this one?
No, I'm gonna do this now. You want that one up here? Yeah, right there.
You should put one up there.
Are we ready? Yes. Ready? 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 Everybody ready?
Sorry, guys. Wow, sorry. Everybody's awake? We got our attention. We got our attention.
The time is 6:00.
Good now. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, the time is 6:09. I'm calling this meeting to order. Mr. Archuleta, if you could please recite the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Juro fidelidad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la patria que se inicia una nación debajo de Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos. Thank you, Mr. Archuleta. Mr. Salazar, if you can please take roll.
Yes, Mr. Police. Katrina Martinez. Brandon Bustos.
Mr. Bustos will not be joining us tonight. Mr. Salazar, he is actually on call.
Okay. I am here, Mr. Salazar. Vice President Archuleta. Present. And President Police.
Present.
Okay. You do have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Salazar. I'm getting, is it mine or is it something here that's, oh, there we go. That's what's going on right there. There we go. That's still. There. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, letter D, approval of the agenda. Members of the board, before you see the agenda, I am going to make a motion to amend the agenda as follows, removing letter C, City of Espanola presentation. They informed the board that they would not be making this meeting, so I am going to motion to remove letter C and move letter A and letter B up above public participation. Do I have a second?
Quick, Mr. President, I have a quick question. Can we just leave that and voice our opinion? You don't want to even do that.
I mean,
I'm just saying because
legally, I mean, I can let the board make a statement under board president's report.
Okay.
And we can do that. And then I don't feel comfortable without the correct language in there, Mr. Archuleta. So,
motion to approve the agenda is amended.
okay, so, Ms. Polanco, the roll, please.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I motioned. You second.
Second, okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes, motion passes, okay. Moving on to presentations, letter A, recognition of EVHS Student Council 2025 Championship, Ms. Myra Martinez.
Good evening, Board President, board members, Superintendent Spencer, members in the audience. It's great to see all of these students, parents, families here to support our students. Courtney, if you could cue up the presentation, thank you. So we wanted to go ahead and recognize the hard work, accomplishments, and achievements of the EVHS Student Council delegates that attended the 2025 New Mexico Association of Student Council State Conference on February 13th through the 15th. So as part of that participation in the state conference, they were awarded the Platinum Student Council of the Year. And so at this time, I'm going to invite up Nevaeh Baker and Angelica Martinez to come up and share with you some of the information. I'll go through a little overview of what it entailed, but they'd like to share with you their binder, their portfolio that they put together. And they'll share with you some of the information that they presented and they were scored on to achieve platinum status. So as Student Council, the Student Council of the Year award is not just awarded for a single year's participation. So over the course of the past 4 years, they had to achieve gold status the last 3 years. And on their 4th year, they were eligible for platinum status. So gold status is the highest level that they can achieve. And then once they're at that level for at least 3 consecutive years, they become eligible for platinum status. And these girls know that process a little bit better and what they did and how they were awarded and scored on their points. I'm going to allow them the opportunity to share some of their events and qualifying projects that got them to that status.
Good morning, or good evening, I should say. So basically, we submit projects throughout our year that we host from not only school projects, but community service projects. So we record our meeting notes, agendas, we record all of the process to do any projects that we do throughout the year. And we put it in a binder, we submit it, and we have 5 people that judge it. And I'll show you rather than talk about it, so you can see what we submit throughout the year. So we're allowed to submit 10 projects throughout the year under 10 different categories, from school service to community service. We hosted All Eyes on EVHS last year at the end of the year, which was one of our biggest projects that we hosted and was one of the biggest projects that got us highest on the points. Do you have anything to add on? So we take 18 students every year to the state conference, which this year we had the honor of filling all 18 spots, with an exception of actually every single one of our student body members for the most part. We hosted our own student-led workshop at our state conference, meaning schools from all over the state sit in a workshop that our own students present to build other students' leaderships. We got to host that. We also host our school caucus meetings, where we kind of just we just go over how the weekend went, how our trip went, and we get to hear out everybody's ideas that they got to experience in different workshops. So all 18 of our students attend a separate workshop throughout the weekend. So they all got to have a different experience and learn different things to bring leadership back to our school. Thank you.
And so if you see, can you hold this up? This is the platinum award they received. And so I know they're very proud of their accomplishments, as are we as a district administrative team and the Board of Education. So they brought that this evening so you could see what that looks like. Awesome job. At this time, I'd like to recognize the list of delegates that were provided to us. And so we listed them in grade order. Our first delegate, Elijah Martinez. Do you want to go ahead and, go ahead and come on up, Elijah. We do have certificates for everyone, so if you want to go down, the Board of Education will help pass out certificates. Next, we have Cristiana Archuleta and Nevaeh Baker. Aileen Dominguez. Mia Duran. Armani Lawrence. Brianna Martinez. Vicente Martinez. Devin Valdez. Faith Valdez. Estrella Baca. Olivia Fierro. Jordan Martinez. Kiara Salinas Ontiveros. Sebastian Sanchez Flores. Janelle Chavez. Kayla Aguirre Jaques. Amberly Archuleta. Angelica Martinez. Santana Martinez. Marisa Padilla. Natalia Padilla. Kayla Salinas Ontiveros. And Alessandra Sanchez. We'd also like to recognize at this time the Student Council sponsors. So with us tonight, we have Robbie Garcia. And Tatiana Quintana. I think you guys did an awesome job as student council sponsors. I know it takes a lot of work, a lot of personal time that you guys dedicate to our students and towards the school. And so thank you for all of your hard work. I think up on the screen, you guys shared some of your pictures from State Student Council. So you can see they represent us well amongst all of the different schools that got together for the state conference at Cibola this year. So they're one of these teams out there representing Espanola Public Schools and Espanola Valley High School really well. Thank you for your hard work. Would the sponsors like to say anything? You guys, you good?
Um, Thank you guys for recognizing them. Thank you for, this opportunity. They've been working at this for 4 years, and it's nonstop. From the day we start school through summer workshop, the whole bit, they're always working on getting projects. They put countless hours, and they put up with us too. And I like I said, I appreciate that. You recognize them, and it's not every time or all the time that a group other than athletics gets this type of an award. And they've proven, even though half of them do play athletics, and they still have to maintain everything that athletic program deals with, from GPA, eligibility, the going home, making dinner, helping families out, the whole works. And I want to thank you guys for making this possible, because without them, they wouldn't receive it, right? We can only do so much as sponsors to get them to do work on it. Of course, we stay on top of them constantly, but they have put in the work, and they've proven it, and they've done it. And that plaque's 1 in a million. Thank you guys.
I want to commend you guys on your hard work and your achievements. It's really nice to see kids involved and want to be so involved in stuff like this. It's an awesome sight to see. One thing I want to ask is, I know in the past we used to have a representative of the student council sit on the board, and that has since kind of disappeared. And I would like to see that happen again. I'd like to see one of you guys attend our meetings, report to us exactly, what's going on, because you guys are, so to speak, the boots on the ground at the high school. And we'd like to hear it straight from your voices as to what you guys are seeing, the issues firsthand from a student's perspective. We normally don't hear that nowadays. We just hear it from our staff, and our members of our constituents and the parents. That's all we hear it from. We'd like to hear it firsthand from you guys. So, if your student council president or vice president is interested, or either one of you guys. Usually it's just the president or vice president that was in the past, but if one of you guys want to step up to the plate and actually be an extended kind of member of the board and kind of come and be in the meetings with us and report, we would welcome that. Have your sponsors. There we go. I was gonna say representative. Have your sponsors get in contact with Mr. Spencer or Courtney, and we can actually get that going if if we can. But again, I like to commend you guys and congratulations on your achievements.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I mean, it really is an accomplishment when you have students that are, participating in the co-curricular organizations. And I think what people need to recognize is the work that you all do above and beyond the regular school day, right? And it's programs like Student Council that provide students with the opportunity to develop their leadership skills, and putting to work what it is that you're learning in school and making true application of your learning in the projects that you are having to engage in that will be presented at a statewide level. Sponsors, I can't tell you enough how much I truly appreciate the work you all do above and beyond the regular school day. As a previous student sponsor for Business Professionals of America, I know that the hours are countless, but the rewards are absolutely tremendous when we see the accomplishments from students like you all sitting before us. Keep up the good work. You are our future. You will continue to do great things in the leadership platform. So I congratulate all of you.
Just want to say a couple of things, just not to keep you guys wait. Congratulations to all of you guys. I'm super honored to be a part of you guys and to see all of you guys do such amazing things. I know the sponsors take countless hours, and you guys are student athletes. I know some of you guys, I see the students that played in the band, they see some of you guys play basketball and other sports, cheer. You guys
do this on top of all of that, and that's amazing. And I see you guys going out to the community and making the cancer portfolio, doing things for CYFD and even other students. So congratulations, you guys are amazing students, and we appreciate you guys.
Again, congratulations. I had a few people who were at the conference and they said that you guys are very professional and very respectful. So that means a lot coming that you guys are very respectful and very friendly with other people. So way to be professional, way to represent the Espanola Valley High School and the community. Congratulations, guys.
Just want to commend all of you guys, your sponsors, yourselves. I know this takes a lot of time and effort on your part, your parents' parts, to make sure you guys are at school and doing the extracurricular activities, on this. It just goes to show, there is great things that are happening in our valley here with our youth guys, and you guys are an example of that. So like I say, I commend you guys and congratulations again. And, you guys are our future, future leaders, future representatives in Congress, House of Representatives, this is where it all starts. So congratulations again.
Okay, so don't go anywhere, guys. We're gonna present another certificate real quick, and then we'll recess a little bit, and then we'll all take a picture together, okay? Awesome. Go ahead. Moving on to letter B, a recognition of National Board Certified Teacher Selena Roybal, Miss Myra Martinez.
At this time, board members, members of the community, I'd like to introduce Selena Roybal. Miss Selena Roybal is a teacher within our district, and she was recently recognized at the New Mexico National Board Certified Teachers Network Hill Day event at the Santa Fe Roundhouse on February 28th, 2025. So as part of that recognition, she was recognized for her ongoing continuation of national board certification. As part of that national board certification, Courtney, can we go to the next slide? Part of that certification entails meeting a higher level of standards, right? We are all certified at a state level. But national board certification goes on to that national level, meaning she can teach anywhere and they're held to a higher level of standards. And I pulled this quote directly from the letter that she received, and it says, National Board Certified Teachers exemplify the highest standards of teaching, demonstrating commitment to professional development, instructional leadership, and student success. And I think many of our students, I had the pleasure of visiting one of her school sites that she serves at today at Hernandez Elementary, and they were very excited to tell me that they were recognizing her at the school site. And they talked to me about all the fun things, great things she does in her PE classes at that school. And so I know that in years past, she's also been very committed to providing professional development and taking leadership roles amongst our PE teachers. So at this time, I'd like to recognize Selena Roybal for her accomplishments. And for representing Espanola well, right? She's got her own
my
entourage back there, right?
crew back
Awesome. So Selena, come on up.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. Thank you, board members. Thank you, Superintendent, for having me here. You're gonna make me cry just talking about what your visit with Hernandez today, and it's very important for me to have students from multiple schools where I teach. Andres here and my fan club back there, Omar and Rico. I love you guys. But as a National Board Certified Teacher and a graduate of Espanola Valley High School, class of 1995, right, Myra? I'm proud that every day I'm able to positively impact our students and communities, especially Hernandez Elementary, Abiquiu Elementary, and Alcalde Elementary. And as you can see, as I read those schools. I love those schools. They're some of the smallest in our district, and you guys mean the world to me. I continuously strive to emphasize the importance of professional growth and the power I have to make a lasting difference in the lives of my students and the communities of specifically Hernandez, Abiquiu, and Alcalde. I also strive to reinforce the value of ongoing, meaningful professional learning and the importance of nurturing a supportive environment for both our students and our teachers to thrive. I challenge us as a school district to do more to encourage our teachers to become national board certified teachers, Ms. Escobar back there, Ms. Valencia, and foster a more supportive environment during that MBCT journey, which is not easy. It is very difficult. And after that journey, after we become MBCTs, thank you for supporting accomplished teaching in the Espanola Public School District. And thank you for recognizing the importance and contributions of National Board Certified Teachers to their students, schools, and communities. As we celebrate Read Across America Week, that we've been celebrating all week at our elementaries, Dr. Seuss said it best. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. To all my students and fellow teachers, the future is full of possibilities, and you have the power to go anywhere and achieve anything, including National Board certification. Keep pushing forward, stay curious, and never stop learning. Thank you. This is my second time.
Congratulations, Ms. Roybal, on this tremendous achievement. It just shows that, you know what, Espanola does have some of the best teachers around. And it shows that, you know, that we can compete with anybody else. And it just proves that, you know what, it can happen here in the Valley. You're homegrown, you know, and that shows a lot. There's a lot of disrespect to Espanola Valley that, you know, we're not good enough for some of the kids that attend other districts. Our education, our facilities and stuff like that, but this just proves otherwise. And I love it because it just kind of just shoves it in their face that, you know what, we do have one of the best teachers here in the Valley. So I appreciate all your hard work, your love that you show to our kids in the district. You can tell just by, you know, the kids that are in attendance, and that just shows tremendously how much you are wanted and needed in this district. And again, I commend you and congratulations.
Mr. President, members of the board, Ms. Roybal, you are a role model for excellence in this district. I just want to congratulate you on that and publicly recognize you. National board demonstrates the fact that you have a high degree of competence in your area of specialties and education, that you have a true dedication to the community and to our students. For that, we're grateful. But it also means that you have innovation and your results focus. The status quo is not good enough for you, and that's what the certification means. You know, board members, any teacher that achieves a national board recognition or certification means that they have a true commitment, not just to excellence, but to the profession of teaching. And so for that, I just want to thank you. You are a role model. I hope that we have more students that we can expose to teachers like you and inspire them to be national board certified teachers and remain in our community and continue, you know, generations of teaching in this community. Because, you know, the heart is here and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do for our kids. Thank you for everything that you do for our you made me almost tear up myself, just hearing you talk about all you do and just seeing our kids being so happy and here just to even support you. And it means a lot to me, it means a lot to all of our students, and to other teachers. Continue to ask them to get on board and continue to help everybody grow. I appreciate everything you do for all of us. So thank you.
Mr. Gall, Ms. Salina, I want to congratulate you also, but I want to congratulate your parents. You had a good upbringing by your parents. Your dad was a special person in my life. He was my colonial furniture teacher, and I grew up on Old Hospital Road also. And just the foundation that your parents set for you, just look what they have, And I hear a lot of kids saying you're their favorite teacher, so that's a good thing also, right? So congratulations, and continue to make us proud. Continue to make us proud.
So I got to spend a little bit of time today and on this, I got to read to the kindergarten class and I got to be there for her award ceremony that they had. And, to say that, we have an asset here in the valley is small, compared to it being more like an icon status as a teacher, to tell you the truth. The kids love her. She's doing a great job, and if we can keep that going, the sky's the limit for our kids. And I thank you, Ms. Regal, for all the work you've done throughout the years, and I hope you continue. And like I said earlier, good things are happening in our valley, and you are one of them. So congratulations.
Okay, moving on to public participation. Ms. Polanco, do we have anybody? Oh, sorry, yes, sorry. Okay, yes, okay. We're gonna recess for a short 5 minutes and we will come back. The time is 6:38. I have a motion to go into recess. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. We're in recess. The time is 6:39.
On stage or in the back?
They're probably in the back. It's not as loud as the other one. You have to drill a hole and put some lead in it.
I just, if we take these off, it'll be salt.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah.
Or you need the Warhammer.
Yeah, I know, right?
I didn't get that one.
That was my favorite pose right there.
Sorry. That's right. Jill sent it to me. She sent me the other ones.
I was gonna kill him off, but he was like, no, leave him, it's gonna be fine. I said, he's not gonna lie.
It's like, doesn't even seem like if you're hitting it. It's like, what happened here? There we go.
You need the Thor hammer.
I need the Thor hammer.
That's why you had the thick one last time.
You guys ready? We're ready, Courtney? Yeah? Okay. Do I got a motion to come out of recess?
Motion.
Motion by Board Vice President Archuleta. Do I have a second? Second by Board Member Martinez. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. The time is 6:44 and we are out of recess. Moving on to public participation. Just know that the board, I'll let each individual board member voice their own personal opinion on the board president's report in regards to letter C of the presentation that was removed. I'm just gonna let members of the public know right now that if you are here to comment in regards to the letter C, the board will hear your concerns, and if we are ever granted a meeting with the city council or the city administration, know that this board will take your concerns directly to them. So with that being said, Ms. Polanco, do we have anybody for public participation? Okay, Mr. John Thomas?
Yeah.
If you can please stand at the podium, sir, and state your name for the record.
Perhaps stand at that
Well, you don't have to. You're fine there.
Right. It's more directed to the school board,
Sure.
not the public. My grandson, 7th grade, came to the school. I raised him to defend himself. Too much bullying going on. And he's been called nigger. You walk up on me, call me nigger, we gonna fight. Nobody in this district confronted us with anything that was done. We went and talked with the deputy superintendent. We talked with the principal. And we talked with your Mrs. Miller, whoever her title is. Nothing has been done. He's been threatened. And when it came to threaten me and my family, because they're gonna get his house, I made a report to the local police. The reason I made a report, because the threat came from in this school. The same bullying kids, bully teachers. You got teachers in here scared to death of these kids. They've been called nigger. My attitude is, what is this board gonna do for that with the teachers? We are sick of it, and people my color, maybe a little darker. We don't take that too kindly. You might get along with it in your world, in my world, it's fighting words. And if the superintendent is responsible for it, then he better start doing what he's supposed to be doing. So I'll make it a national issue if I have to, because this is ridiculous, especially when they put black people and brown people in the same category out there in them streets. I've been involved in this valley since 1974. Was in the school district for almost 30 years. None of that prevailed when I was there. And I coached football for quite a few years. And those that know me, I don't stand for that. I played football back in the racist prejudice days of 66, 70, and the 80s. There's no need for it. And the school don't do a doggone thing about the bullies. They protect those bullies. And like I said to Ms. Miller, what are you doing? Teaching the kids how to prepare themselves for prison? Because that's they want to give my son, my grandson, and his friend that helped him security to the different classes. And what kind of noise is that for a junior high? 7th grade. I heard nice words given out here already to the students and all this stuff. But when the students don't even have opportunity because of the teachers are intimidated of the bullies, when does he get opportunity? I took him out of the school because he was afraid to come back. Because my attitude is, if they put your hands on you, then you take care of business. They jumped him in there. They called the local authorities. I don't know if it was reported to you or not, because the policeman told me it wasn't. And that's violation of this school, a safe and protected environment. And they wonder why people shoot up the schools. You get threats of bomb threats, you close the school down. If the Hispanic kid gets kicked, they congratulate him. My grandson gets defend himself and he gets punished. Suspended 8 days for what? For defending himself? That's fair play? I don't think so. So I think you better talk to these teachers about justifying to my wife it's okay to call the word nigger. It ain't no justification whatsoever. Y'all need to do something.
Thank you. What was your last name again, Mr.
Much for paying attention, Thomas.
Thomas? I just got your first name. I didn't hear your last name, but Mr. Thomas, thank you for your comment. All of the administration is here, and I'm sure they heard you loud and clear. And Mr. Spencer will be looking further into the incident.
I've been hearing that for over a month.
Thank you,
Everybody
Mr.
looking
Thomas.
into it ain't done nothing.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas, for your time. Ms. Polanco? No,
Mr. Spencer, can we, no, I
Go
can
ahead.
talk. Mr. Spencer, can we, this is, to me, it's troubling, right? It's troubling when a kid gets bullied and they have to transfer. And it seems like nowadays, like lately in the school district, don't believe kids, we believe the adults. I've been part of it, and this is another issue, my issue as a parent also, but can we please really look into it and give Mr. Thomas a call and maybe have at least I think they deserve a meeting. Because we should offer a safe environment for our kids, and they shouldn't have to transfer their kids out because we're not doing our job as a district and we're not comfortable. So if you could please, if Mr. Thomas could leave his contact information with Ms. Polanco on the way out. And
Thank you, Mr. Archuleta. Ms. Polanco? Next person? Mr. Ledoux?
School board members, superintendent, administrators, teachers, and residents of the Espanola Valley. My name is Mark Ledoux, and I'm here on behalf of City Councilman Samuel Ledoux, who could not be here tonight because he's out sponsoring and supervising a group of students from Carlos Vigil Middle School at a Gear Up conference in Albuquerque. Samuel asked me to read this letter to you. School board members and residents of the Espanola Valley, I apologize that I cannot be at the meeting today. I wish I was there to hear your concerns about the potential El Llano Pallet Home project being orchestrated by the Vigil administration that was reported during our city council meeting. As a counselor, it is important for me to receive much feedback as possible, but I must also guard the integrity of my vote. So therefore, I cannot provide my opinion on this matter. In order to make the best decision, I am trying to learn as much as possible about this matter in case it ever officially comes before the council. I continue to encourage all of you to make your voices heard. I will definitely be listening, and I will listen to your comments on the recording of this meeting. I also encourage you to contact me at any time. My email address is szledoux@espanolanm.gov. Your voice matters to me. I want you, the people, to know that I will always fight and do what I think is best for El Llano and all of Northeast Espanola. Please continue to be involved in these important decisions that affect our community. We need you. God bless. Samuel Z. Ledoux, Espanola City Councilor, District Number 4. On a personal note, I would like to say that the children of the Espanola Valley and of the Espanola Public Schools are very fortunate to have someone like Samuel with the integrity, tenacity, and energy working relentlessly for them and advocating for them. I'm also proud that Samuel has chosen to continue the legacy of my family in improving and providing the best educational opportunities for the children of the Espanola Valley and of northern New Mexico. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Mr. Ledoux. Ms. Blanco? Mr. Lona? Welcome, Mr. Lona.
Someone here is lying. Either you guys are lying or the city of Espanola is lying regarding Michelle's supposed to be here. Denise Benavides, Jevin, you should know because you comment on Facebook, wrote a comment on Facebook stating that you guys never communicated with them. Either you or Spencer never sat down or called them or made a meeting or anything like that, according to Denise Benavides' statement on Facebook. So either you guys are lying or the city's lying. You guys should know me by now. I call everybody out on their bullshit. So if you guys are lying, then I'll blast you. If the city of Espanola is lying, then I'll blast them. But this, I'm 100%, I support the homeless. What I don't support is things being put on people's backyards. You wouldn't like it if it was in your district. You wouldn't like it if it was in your district. You wouldn't like it if it was in your district. Brandon wouldn't have liked it if it was his district. You wouldn't like it if it was in your district. Telling these pallet homes is unnecessary. That's tax-paying money being spent. Weird. They can build a detox center in the city of Espanola. They have over $2 million of opiate settlement money that they can open up a detox center. You guys, you have constituents that voted for you guys in those seats, like I tell the city of Espanola. You're their voices for them. You need to back them up 100% in El Llano. I have a lot of people that live in El Llano. So you guys need to stand up and protect these people, even though it's just a school that's half a mile away, but there's children, there's things around there. I'm done with that. We're going to talk about the NRG, okay? You guys have a contract with the NRG. And this contract, you guys rent out the Espanola Valley High School gymnasium for tournaments. I think you guys need to revise your guys' contract regarding the NRG, regarding outside vending. I believe you guys have concession stands for the students to raise money for whatever sports they're having. NRG is bringing outside vendors that's making money instead of the people that are working at the concession stand, or the students. If that's going to happen, I feel that you guys need to increase the price of the rent of the NRG to cover the outside vending, to cover the expense of the concession. Because you guys are allowing this to happen. Nowhere on the contract, there's nothing on the contract that states that. But on the contract, it says that the concession stand is for the sports, whoever holds the sports or whatever the case might be. So I think you guys need to revise the contract, increase the pay, or whatever the case might be. But you guys need to figure out if outside vending's allowed or outside vending's not allowed, or certain individuals are allowed to make money and certain individuals are not allowed to make money. Because I don't think it's fair for the students or for the athletes, however the concession stand works. So with Eric Salazar, or Eric Vigil, I try to get in contact with him, but he doesn't answer me because he knows I'll expose him. I'll put him on social media. Everybody knows that. Ignores me. Anyways, you guys need to do what's right for your constituents that put you guys in those seats. That's all I have to say. You guys are very lucky that I hardly ever come to these meetings, because if I found out that you guys were lying, I'll tell you guys a new one. And I'll put every single one of you guys out on social media. Okay? You guys got to do right. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Mr. Luna. Ms. Polanco?
Good evening, board members. So I come due to the Pallet Homes. I live in El Llano. My main concern is the safety of the children. I see homeless walking there now as I live there. Students walk up and down the road. I feel, it's not right for them to come in contact and not feel safe if they have to walk home and walk to school. It's them that we have to think about in the long run. I would like to help the homeless, but also one thing that bothered me was we are also people. We're also part of this community. Nobody bothered to ask our opinions, put it out there. No, everybody found out on Facebook. That's one thing that I didn't appreciate. Being that I live in that area, would have been nice to know, hey, look, this is the situation that's going on. What do you think about this? It's not that we don't want to help the homeless, but it's not fair to the rest of the community that we don't work together. And I just felt that, we're not working together, and El Llano is they really don't care about the people in El Llano, is my opinion. And that's really unfair. That's how I feel about it.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. Ms. Polanco? That's it. Is anybody online who wish to speak publicly? Raise your hand. No TV? Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, Ms. Casados? Hold on, we can't hear you. 1 second. Try now, Ms. Casados.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for allowing us to voice our opinion and concerns regarding the El Llano Pellet Homes. I was in attendance during the February 25th meeting with the city council. Although there are concerns with the city council and them putting the homes here in El Llano, there's also bigger concerns about the way that the city is going about this. So as a school board, and I think this should be your guys' main concern, is having any association with this, because they're having backdoor or having closed door meetings. They're making decisions without public comment. They're making decisions without having any town hall meetings to vet this information. So it's a lack of transparency that I think the community at this point is already tired of. So not only does this put the school board in a position of, with the lack of trust, that the city not being transparent with the community. And I don't think that this is a position that the school board wants to be in. However, with this, I think the school board also, with the placement of Darren's place and understanding the positions that you guys have had to be in, with having to hire security, additional security, different measures that the school board has had to deal with Darren's place. Unfortunately, it's going to put you in that same predicament with the high school as well, thinking about events, high events, with, you know, the community attending football games, basketball games, prom. Those are things that are probably going to be affected, unfortunately, if this actually does move forward. So I think with the school board, you know, if this does come to you guys again, just making sure that the city is actually following chain of command, is also following rules and regulations that are set forth by, you know, the governing body, that it's getting approval, they're going through the proper measures. Because again, this is a predicament that the school is gonna have to deal with. And unfortunately, if they're not taking the proper measures and doing things correctly, this is something that you guys are gonna have to deal with on the backlash of it as well. I did send all of the school board members a copy of the proposal that the social services director presented. Although during her meeting, she did state that this was what is the word? A concept. In black and white, she actually does state that this is a proposal. So it has budgeting, it has money, it has everything tied to it, showing that this is actually a full, like, grown plan that they actually do want to move forward with. So thank you. I hope you take that into consideration if this does move forward.
Thank you, Ms. Casados. Anybody else online wish to speak publicly? Okay, moving on to letter 4, district reports, board president report. I'm gonna chime in on this and now revealing, you know, during public session, what Mr. Lona had brought up. I hate that this Denise, if she's a member of the council or whatever, is trying to tear the integrity apart of this board. I'm not gonna stand for that type of nonsense. This board is open. We don't hide anything. We got a call from Mr. Lujan himself. He phoned our administration saying that he wasn't gonna put Michelle to be crucified again. Those were his exact words. Now, I'm not gonna hide anything. You know, we don't hide anything on this board. We're an open book. You come to us, you wanna know something, we're gonna be open about anything that we do behind closed doors that's able to be discussed through the public, with the public. With that being said, I personally on February 22nd discovered that these pallet homes, just like everybody else through social media, discovered that these pallet homes are gonna be erected near the high school. That didn't sit well with me. I contacted our attorney, our district attorney, on February 22nd, and I asked him to look into this and to see what our legal obligations could be, you know, if we can do anything about it moving forward. That was on February 22nd. I saw the meeting live through YouTube link. I at first, you know, they stated that this whole meeting was, the whole process was going to be for the crisis shelter, which was fine with me. Okay, no problem. It's for the women's crisis shelter. Okay. But then when we have these representatives from Pecos Valley there that are in support of pallet housing for the homeless, that totally changes my mind. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against the homeless. I've worked with the homeless. I've been involved in social work. I used to work for the Dream Tree Project within the past 2 years. I provided services to these same people here in the valley every day that I work for Dream Tree Project. I can tell you that when they say that almost all of these people are from here, that's false. I know that firsthand. Why? Because I interacted with these people. We get their information. We ask them where they come from. Why are they here? Stuff like that. So I know firsthand that they're not from here, but that doesn't matter because they're souls, just like everybody else. They're people. They need help. We reached out to the city. When they reached out to us, Mr. Spencer here reached out back to them, and they actually extended an invitation for a private meeting. And we could voice our concerns behind closed doors because they didn't want Michelle crucified in front of all the public again. Mr. Spencer has been trying to contact Mr. Lujan all day long today, has made 3 phone calls with no callback. I let Mr. Spencer know, I doubt we're gonna get an opportunity to voice your concerns. My concern is, number one, the traffic, of course. We have kids that are coming into the district, to the high school that are playing games. Right now, our girls' basketball are headed to Deming. When they return, they're probably gonna be returning at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. What are we gonna do if a kid is driving down Eliano Street and we have a homeless on the road and they get run over? That's one of the main concerns. Not only that, but we have homeless wandering onto our campus. Like Miss Casalos just mentioned, Darren's place. The county assured us that this was gonna be an okay thing to have, nothing was gonna happen. What happened? The district incurred costs by having to hire that extra security guard there. Still, they cut across the campus, shortcuts and stuff like that. We're having to deal with that on a daily basis. You know, and we're just always on high alert with that facility next to our school district. Now we're gonna have to deal with something like this. If this goes through, you know, with the high school, are we gonna hire new security guards? Are we gonna get money out of that grant to help us supply more officers, whether it be county, city, state, or sheriffs? Because there's gonna have to be a joint process between all these agencies to patrol it. You know, my other concern is sex offenders. How do we not know that these individuals are not sex offenders? How are we documenting that? How do we know not one of them wanders onto the campus and something happens to one of our students? Again, I'm not against the homeless. I'm not against finding them a solution. And I don't care if the city hears this. My whole thing is they're trying to find short-term solutions for a long-term problem. And by them trying to do short-term solutions, they're pissing off a lot of people. By trying to move this camp here, move that camp there, put it here, there, whatever like that. I had a big voice when they wanted to move it up here to the armory right next here. They wanted to have a secret meeting with us, and I told them, you know what, if you even decide to try and move that thing up there, I'm going to expose you all by doing a robocall to our parents, because our parents need to know what's happening within our boundaries of this district. Again, I'm not a politician. I don't live by the sword and die by the sword. I'm just a parent here trying to make things better for my kids and your kids in this district, because these kids are our future. And when these people start trying to interrupt our process here, that's where I'm going to fight back. I don't care who you are. And again, like I say, I'm an open book. We got receipts. I'm not scared. If they want to say that we're the ones or they're the ones, I don't want to start a pissing match. But we're here to do what's right, and it's for the kids, and we're going to fight for the kids. And that's me as an individual board member. I'm not speaking for the rest of this board here. I'm speaking for myself. And I'm going to open it up to anybody else that wants to have a comment.
I'd like to speak, and again, I'm not against the homeless. I deal with a lot of them at the hospital on a daily basis, but it's the way things are being done. It's, you know, the term that smells fishy to me. You know, it's not, like Mr. Lona said, we need a detox center. That's what we need. That will solve the problem. I have a student at the high school. He's a sophomore. He gets home at 10 o'clock night games. He leaves his car there during the night. I don't know if they're gonna, I'm not accusing him of stealing, but more than likely something's gonna happen. You know what really pisses me off is they can't even be open about their RFP process, how they came about putting these homes here, how they're gonna manage it, if they're gonna have security. It doesn't look right to me. And what pisses me off is they should have met with the school. They should have been professional and meet with the school. They just, Mr. Lujan and Mr. Vigil, stop being cowards. You know, they're in these positions. We get blasted all the time. That's part of the business. If you don't want to get blasted, don't run for politics. Don't be in positions where you're going to get blasted. And if you don't want to do the right thing and you won't get blasted, that's another thing. It's just very concerning that they don't want to send anybody here because they don't want to get blasted. Well, why would they get blasted if they're doing the right thing? They're only going to get blasted if they're doing the wrong thing. And obviously, it's not sitting right with our community because everybody's upset. You know, we deserve better than this. We deserve, and I'm not sure why Eliano, like they can't even give us an explanation of why they chose Eliano, why they chose this place. They don't have a plan. And I have a quick question to ask. Did you reach out to them, Mr.? Or they reached out to us?
Mr. Spencer and I reached out to them. They did schedule Miss Fair to be here, and then they didn't call Mr. Spencer and told him that she wasn't gonna.
So it was scheduled through our, that's just,
It was scheduled through the city manager, and then there was a follow-up call where they redacted their participation.
okay, so, again, I'm not against the homeless, but
Mr. Salazar?
I think that, there is a solution to this whole problem, but it's gonna involve a lot of parties trying to get this thing fixed, is what it is. And, you know, it's not just here in the city of Espanola, you know, it's statewide, it's nationwide. You know, I've gone, traveling to Seattle, California, and it's everywhere. It's not just here in Espanola, okay? What needs to happen is, everybody come to the table and try and figure out a solution to the problem. And, you know, confront the individuals and tell them, you know, we understand you're human just like us. But in their mind, they have to be, in their mind, they need to realize that they have to wanna change if they wanna have this thing work for our community too. It can't just be one-sided where, you know, pobrecito estos aquí, no. It's gotta be our safety for our kids, especially with us here on the board. And that's priority one for us in my mind. So, like I say, they need to bring something to the table with everybody in general, if it's Santa Fe County, Rio Riva County, and come up with a solution that, you know, can fit the whole community to help them as well.
And Ms. Martinez, before if you have a comment, I just want to just say this as well too. During the phone call that Mr. Spencer had with, I believe, Mr. Lujan, was, Mr. Lujan's comment was, I don't know why you guys want us to go present because it's not going to happen. Well, Mr. Spencer, when they wanted to reschedule a private meeting, I asked him, well, there's no need for a private meeting. Why don't they just issue a statement saying this is not happening anymore? We've moved on from this. What's so hard about issuing a statement and saying we've moved on from this? It's not going to happen no more. We haven't yet to get any answer as well too. So, Mrs. Martinez, go ahead.
My just concern is our students, of course. I have kids that go under our district office and they'll be going to the high school. I know a lot of students that go to early morning practices, late evening practices. And our biggest concern is our students, of course, and the safety of our students. And like you said, we see students walking, we do have a crisis in our district. We have students that are homeless themselves, that live off people's couches. We should be worrying about those kids, not other things. And I have nothing against homeless people, but we do have a crisis in our own district that we need to worry about. And now those are our students, and that's what should come first at all times, is our students.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. And just one last thing from me. The purpose of this meeting was not to go and crucify any member of the city council or administration at all whatsoever. This meeting, in my own thought process, was to bring awareness to our district parents, because I just, and this is just me talking, you know, not representing the board. I have just this ill feeling that if I were to alert the parents about that council meeting, they wouldn't allow them to speak because they weren't city residents. I wanted this platform for our community, because this doesn't not only affect El Llano. Yes, it affects you guys because you guys are in the back door, but it affects Chimayo, it affects Hernandez, it affects Abiquiu, it affects Luchas. Why? Because all those communities send their kids to that high school. So it not only affects just the El Llano area or the city of Espanola, it affects all of us around here. So I wanted to give those communities a platform to voice their concerns and let them know that, you know, how they felt as district parents, and let this board help them in voicing those concerns. That was my sole intention of having them on the agenda. There was no other intention to approve or disapprove of this. Obviously, you know, we do disapprove, but that was my sole intention, is to give our district parents a voice in this whole process. That's all it was. Mr. Lona?
Can I just correct you real quick?
Sure.
So throughout the nation, public comment is open for anybody. Doesn't matter. I don't live here, and I do public comment in the city. I did public comment here. Doesn't matter if you're a city resident or not. Anybody can attend the city council meeting. Anybody can attend the school board meetings. It doesn't matter. They can sign up or whatever the case might be. I just wanted to correct that part. And one more thing, if I may. So the city of Santa Fe donated these pallet homes to the city of Espanola. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that. So it's 25 homes that the city was gonna donate. Back in February, they're gonna put it in Chamita, and I exposed them that they're gonna put it in Chamita. The residents of Chamita came together and they went ahead. So you have the city of Santa Fe pushing it, you have Santa Fe County pushing it, you have the city of Espanola doing backdoor deals to try to get it there. Because out of sight, out of mind. They were gonna bring it up here, we exposed that they're gonna bring it up here to Industrial Park, which is like maybe like less than half a mile from the middle school where they're gonna put it at. I just feel that you guys should just come together instead of doing backdoor deals like the city does and address you guys' concern. Like anybody could have paid, but that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Yu. Okay, thank you, guys. Moving on for district reports. Also, does anybody have anything to add on the board president's report other than what we just discussed?
Can we try to schedule another meeting?
That's what we're trying to do right now, but the reach out has been unsuccessful. There has been a few messages left today. So, Mr. Spencer will continue to try and schedule a meeting. So, at this point, I doubt they'll even entertain, but you never know. They might.
So just real quick, Mr. Police.
Go ahead, Mr. Salazar.
I just wanted to commend our boys and girls basketball teams. District champs, you know, they ended up being runner-ups. One had to travel, the other one's gonna be playing this weekend. I just wanna commend them and how good of a job they do. I got to see the girls' teams the last 4 or 5 games, and they're very impressive. I think they do have a good chance of winning down in Deming. And hopefully they have a good trip. I was able to, like I said earlier, I was in Hernandez today at the elementary. I got to read with the kindergarten kids, and then also present Miss Roy Ball, be there for her award ceremony. Some of the staff voiced their concerns that we got an issue, Mr. Spencer, with one of the doors at the gymnasium that needs to get repaired. It's not locking, and that pretty much anybody could bust in if they wanted to. At one time or another, earlier last year, I had voiced my concern too at that school that the street light wasn't working there at the roundabout. And I'm not sure if that had ever been addressed or not. So those 2 items were brought to my attention while I was there as well. But that's all I got for.
We'll look into both of those.
Thank you, Mr. Salazar. Mr. Archuleta, do you have anything?
For superintendent for you.
Superintendent. Well, do add to the board report, sorry.
Just one quick question. I was sent a text today. If a kid in a classroom has lice, are they supposed to notify the parents?
No.
No. Okay. That's what they asked me. I didn't know.
Always that's another.
Yeah, okay. So
For health guidelines, we looked into that last year and it's not required. And the student can remain in class, they just have to be counseled on how to take care of the.
even if it's like an elementary kid that, okay. I just directed him I just gave Mr. Spencer's email, so I didn't.
You have anything to add to the board report?
I didn't know the answer
Okay.
to that.
Moving on to letter B, superintendent report, Mr. Eric Spencer.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President, members of the board. There were 3 items on the superintendent's report. One is I just wanted to inform everyone about the Student Connect Grant Award for Chimayo Student Broadband Project that the district was notified of. The district had been awarded, not directly, but kind of like a tangent, $1.2 million through the Student Connect Grant Program to expand the broadband access to approximately 173 unserved or underserved student households in the district. The funding is administered by the Office of Broadband Access and Expansion, and the benefit to the community is that it will be providing free high-speed internet for 3 years, ensuring that students are going to have reliable connectivity and the ability to complete, homework, access online learning, and explore educational opportunities. had an opportunity to attend the Broadband Day at the Roundhouse this week on Tuesday and deliver a speech on behalf of the school district. And also just letting them know that this doesn't just have a direct impact on students, but it has a direct impact on families. Because it enables them to apply for jobs, look for jobs, access telehealth services for themselves or their children, and then even participate in online courses to help them develop new skills or, to get certification to improve their areas of employment. We know that the access to internet is critical for closing that digital gap. And what we have been told through the partner of ComNet is that there are additional tower assets that have been installed in the district previously, one being in Alcalde and the other one being in Hernandez, but those haven't been turned on yet for access for individuals in those service areas. So essentially what they're communicating with us is that any student living, in this case for Chimayo, for example, any student living within a 3-mile radius of that tower at Chimayo Elementary is going to be eligible for free internet access for a 3-year term. And they'll be bringing internet directly into that home. So we are working on a non-disclosure agreement for privacy of students and families, but also able to provide some direct free information so that we can reach out to those families and let them know when that service is turned on that they can apply for that access. So that's just a big deal in the district. They're also talking about expanding that into other areas of the district as well, which is part of the state's broadband. So we're really proud of the fact that we were able to get that moving. A second piece here is just a customer service initiative and a partnership with Yelp Carnegie, New Mexico. As many people in the district know, that like part of my platform is customer service, and we know better when we do better. We are bringing training into the Espanola Public Schools for our customer service excellence initiative. And what this is to like really work toward enhancing trust, communication, and service across the district. We plan on focusing on strengthening our ability to provide responsive, respectful, and solutions-oriented service to students, families, staff, and the broader community. And I want to say that again. The ability to provide responsive, respectful, and solutions-oriented service to students, families, staff, and the broader community. Oftentimes when we're encountering some challenges or difficult situations in the district, what is the root cause of that? Sometimes it's just an initial breakdown in communication, responsiveness, or even timely responsiveness. And so how do we break that cycle? We're going to be implementing a 2-pronged structure. In the spring, we are dedicating June 3rd and 4th as 2 days of professional learning for all of our directors, coordinators, principals, assistant principals, to work in this initiative and focus on communicating with confidence and clarity, managing difficult conversations with professionalism, building a rapport and positive relationships, and then strengthening problem solving and conflict resolution skills. We know that we will have, new individuals joining the district, by the time school starts in August. So we'll be rolling out another training session to onboard the new leadership, whether it's principals, assistant principals, directors, and then also office managers and front-end office staff in the buildings to come into part 2 training in August in order to roll out that customer service initiative and expectation in the district. This kind of goes hand in hand with what we've been working on with regard to our digital transformation and IT projects in the district. As you all know, we have been working on digitizing documents and forms in the district. There's a lot of paper that we process in the district. I'm just going to give you an example. A fundraising form, a field trip request form, an additional, compensation form, a request for travel and professional development. There's a lot of paper that goes on in this district, and anytime you're dealing in the manual process, you're really dealing with a lot of room for lost documentation, untimely response to documentation, those types of things. And so we've been working with our vendor in Form K-12 to digitize our forms, and just really proud to say that with the work of the team and with the vendor, we've been able to get that launched. We've been providing training to our directors, our principals, our office managers, in the utilization of those forms and processing those. We're currently working on developing a video that we'll be sending out to other end users, like our teachers and other support staff who may need to access these forms. But these are going to be links on our website, and with their access of the Espanola Public Schools email address, they can access these forms, fill out their request form, and digitally route the form for signature to the next approval process, however that system is designed, right? So now we know exactly where the form is, who has the form, how long have we been sitting on the form, did we reject the form, did we return the form, did we take action? And now the digitized process will give us data to start managing our customer service to internal customers of the district. When a request is coming through, how long are we sitting on that? What are the barriers to getting that done? But more importantly, there's no more lost forms, right? There's no more, I turned it in, but I never got a response. Oh, you turned it in, let me just go right into the database and see when that happened. This person might be on, FMLA leave. Let us just go ahead and bump that into the next level of approval or to the alternative approver. So there's a true accountability in the system that I really believe is going to be providing, individuals in our system with a confidence that when they do something, it's going to go somewhere and it's going to get tracked, and we can get better at what we do and be more timely at what we do. So that's also part of the kind of the customer service initiative that we've been plugging away in the school district. So just wanted to share that with you. With regard to our Title IX compliance update for February, you'll see in my report that during February, we did receive 4 Title IX reports at the elementary and 3 reports at the secondary level. 4 of the total number of reports actually met the criteria for Title IX, but none of the individuals involved has submitted a formal complaint letter at the time that this particular report was written and submitted in your board packet. 3 reports did not meet the Title IX criteria, as one case was ineligible because one of the involved parties was no longer enrolled in the Espanola Public Schools, and then 1 report requires additional information to determine whether it qualifies for Title IX. So for whatever reason, we had an uptick of Title IX violation reports that we are addressing. With regard to the resolution agreement, the Federal Office for Civil Rights is yet to provide the district with any feedback on either the October or the November submissions that were related to the resolution agreement, nor have we received information from them about renegotiating the resolution agreement because of the rollback of the Biden Title IX policies to the initial 2021 Trump Title IX policies. And so we await that direction from Office for OCR. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Spencer. Anybody have questions?
I got one real quick. Mr. Spencer, going back to the digitizing forms and that, has the staff been,
Uploaded?
well, not uploading, but they've been already trained and all that as far as how to do it and all that, or?
So based on the way we've designed the digitization process, you have end user ability to begin to create a form. So for example, like a teacher can go in and actually create the fundraiser request form. And then the next stop is, well, it might go to the office manager to ensure that the form is complete, and it would go to a principal for approval. All of the people within the approval process system have all been trained. We are currently developing the video that would go out to train teachers, but I know that in the training, principals have also been asked to share the forms with their staff in staff meetings, show them how to create the forms. But I have to tell you that it is such an intuitive process that when you open up the form, it's going to look exactly like the forms we've been using, but there's going to be text entry fields, and you're not going to be able to, you're not going to miss a cell, right? But what the staff need to know is how do then you digitally sign that, because you can click, signature. They can either write their signature, into a box and it'll record it, or they can just type it, select the font, if you will, and then it would just go to the next level of approval. But the forms are so intuitive that when they say send to approver, they're going to be able to see, oh, my principal's name is here, so that's how I know it goes to the principal. Or the office manager's name is located here, it goes to the office manager. And so it's very simplified. We may have some people that have questions, but I think that people are really gonna like it because it's user-friendly. And then just one last thing is that we also digitized the facility use form, and that would actually be available on the public website for anybody in the public, like any of the organizations that typically need to access the form. That would be digital as well. So there's not gonna be any more, where is my form, is the superintendent signed it? Like, we're gonna be able to see exactly where that is when people have submitted that for approval. So we're really excited about the efficiency.
That facility form, is that gonna be available on the website or is
Yes,
that,
sir.
will they have to like call in or something and request it?
It'll be available on the website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. We use something similar to that in the construction, it's called Procore. Same thing, they send contracts and everything for digitally signed, and we get copies back after somebody signs them and all that, so, yeah, no, it works good.
You know, and everything gets stored in the backend database. So like, for example, when the auditors ask for a particular range of documents for, let's say, travel, we can just go right in there, pull it, store it onto a jump drive, and off you go. And, no longer be going through file cabinets trying to find, the hard copy attached to purchase order. So it's even going to be a huge improvement in business financial services.
Imagine how much money we're gonna save now on the paper shredding.
Well, and not just the paper shredding, but the amount of time we spend pushing paper. Or finding lost paper.
Yep,
That's another one.
Mr. Archuleta, you have anything?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Martinez?
I just have one question, Mr. President. Have the radios gone out to those elementaries for security safety?
Yes.
Yes.
And we also received 23 of the radios, 27 of the radios for the high school. The vendor is still like on back order. So they were able to work with us to at least get us the partial order and get those distributed so that we're not waiting at the high school any longer. But yes, the elementary schools did get those.
And how about middle school?
No, the middle school, we're waiting to see where we're at with the high school radios, and we'll work with the middle school, new radios, or updated radios.
Thank you.
Mr. Spencer, on that note, our radio's gonna be tagged, so we don't, we're gonna land up with 30, and then next year, August, we have 5.
That's where we're at right now, and we're inventorying them and making sure that we account for every radio and.
And they're all tagged.
And those would be part of like the check-in, check-out process. If you're issued the radio, just like you're issued your keys, you gotta turn it back in.
I just have one question. Were we able to identify our ADA seats in the gymnasium already?
We acquired those, Tomas.
We acquired those, I will double check. There was supposed to be 2 in each section.
So they're just gonna be like 2 on different rows, or, yeah,
To each other, 2 in each section
as you go back? Okay, perfect, awesome.
Mr. Baker, do you know if those got installed? They handed
They
out.
didn't get installed yet, we'll get installed tomorrow.
Can we, maybe, advertise or just put something in the front showing that we do have ADA compliant seats at the bottom of the floor for individuals that wish to utilize those seats? And then maybe, I don't know if you have control of GoFan or not, but I don't know if you can advertise that in the GoFan that we do have ADA compliant seating or not. I'm not too sure if you can do that.
For the upcoming games, we don't, those are all generated by the MAA, but
Okay.
for regular, games that we host, we would have that.
Okay. Yeah, just put a little note on there so that when the public are doing, they have access to those seats as well. That way they know that we do have ADA compliant seating. Thank you, Mr. Abita. That is it that we have for you, Mr. Spencer. Okay, moving on to letter C, Deputy Superintendent's report, Ms. Myra Martinez.
Good evening, Board President, board members. Just a few updates. We are nearly complete with our 120th day reporting. We met our deadline to submit everything. Now we're in head review. So many programs have already approved reports. We go through various report review and department review. And so that continues. We just have a few outstanding. We're just waiting on head to review the data and approve those. We did hear back from several departments, and we had minor adjustments and corrections to make, and we've made many of those, and most of those departments have been validated. Online registration through Synergy. will open as we come back from spring break. So we will be opening, we've been testing it throughout last week, and I believe we have done most of the review and it will be ready to open up. We wanted to make sure we open that up a couple of weeks right before parent-teacher conferences so that schools can support parents in getting online registration complete. And so that's for all returning students, right? They're already entered in the system and they can go in and review their data, update phone numbers, and update online registration. We're continuing to support the middle school and high school in their master schedule planning. Tomorrow we have our third synergy training. We've had so far a series of 3 4-hour sessions that we scheduled with Synergy to provide professional development to not only the Synergy district team, but the middle school and high school scheduling teams to help them utilize the full resources available within Synergy to set up master schedule planning. And we've added one additional day that will take place at the end of March. So we'll have a total of 4 PD days. And it really has trained middle school and high school staff on how to utilize features to schedule more efficiently, more effectively, and try and get those schedules completed before the end of the school year so students can go home with schedules in hand. And so that is looking very promising. We've made lots of progress in that area. The Synergy team is also continuing with their OCR reporting. Every other year, every district throughout the United States is required to complete a very comprehensive civil rights data collection submission. And so it's a series of online reporting, and we have to report data by demographic categories for each of our school sites. And so it's very lengthy, very time consuming. We're about halfway through with that. They did extend the deadline through April 7th, so we continue working on that. Each year, and I've been helping with this report for many years in the district, but each year as the deadline approaches, as more and more schools are accessing the system slows down and crashes. And so the more people on the system, they have to keep extending that deadline so that everyone can get their data in. It's a huge data system. But we continue working on that. We also have a huge program that we have also been working on. So Mr. Spencer shared the Informed K-12, that's the online digital forms. We're also rolling out the Aptogee program, and Aptogee will be the program that updates our district webpage, right? And so the district technology team, as well as myself, Courtney has been very active and involved in those meetings, as well as Mr. Spencer. We have been building and migrating data to the new Aptogee website. We also are in the process, as part of that, right, Aptogee uses an app called ThrillShare. ThrillShare will post live data directly to the website. So it's almost like a social media app that parents can download on their phone and get instant news feeds from school sites or from the district level. And it posts also to the district website. So content is updated very easily in real time by school sites, by departments, by the district. And then it also can post, once it's linked to school site level and district level social media accounts. So our Facebook pages, Instagram pages, and X pages, right, formerly Twitter. And so what we found in reviewing a lot of the existing school websites is a lot of those school social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, were set up as individual or personal accounts rather than actual Facebook pages. And so we're working with the technology team. We've identified all those pages, we've met with all the schools, and we'll be migrating those to official school pages built under administrators' names, and we'll add the technology team to be co-administrators so that we can link those to that ThrillShare. So we're really excited about that. We have almost weekly meetings with that team to roll that out. And as soon as we get our Informed K-12 rolled out, next you'll be seeing us roll out that Aptitude and making that new website live. So we will schedule a presentation for you at our next board meeting. They were just waiting to see if they could get their presenter here for our next March board meeting. So they'll have some content to be able to show you what that looks like. So that's the big push coming up. We're excited about that. And with that, I stand for questions.
Mr. Salazar, any questions?
No, I'm good.
No,
Thank you.
Mr. Archuleta?
No, thank you.
No, Mr. Martinez?
I don't have a question, but I just want to make a comment. Since Ms. Balkin's here, I just want to congratulate you on your awesome website that you're always posting and congratulating our students. I've said it a couple of times. Thank you for always being so active, and really do. I look at it, I'm like, oh wow, so-and-so's doing great. So thank you, Ms. Balkin, since you're here. I'm very proud of research.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Martinez. One thing that I did forget to mention during the reports was Hemes Mountain Co-op, actually, the two members that presented at our last board meeting for the scholarships are actually involved in a workshop yesterday with our EVHS students. I got nothing but good feedback from our board members. Your staff was very kind and very helpful, Mr. Spencer. So just, I want to note that, if you can just let them know that, they had high remarks about them and their interactions with the students and stuff like that. So I did hear that it did go very well and that they're very eager and hopeful that they'll get hopefully 10 to 15 scholarships, hopefully, over here. So thank you, Mr. Spencer. Okay, moving on to action items. Letter A, approval of the minutes of the regular board meeting, February 20th, 2025. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. I'll move. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Salazar. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter B, approval or disapproval of the 3/6/2025 inventory removals. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. Do I got a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Salazar, second by Ms. Martinez. All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter C, approval or disapproval of a Year 2 contract renewal with Accounting and Financial Solutions in the amount of $62,425.91. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. Do I got a motion? I'll move. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Salazar. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter D, approval or disapproval of Savis MyView Literacy Rollover 2025 in the amount of $46,302.90. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. I'll move.
Discussion, Mr. Police.
Go ahead, Mr. Salazar.
I'd like to make a motion to get this one tabled. All the amounts are cut off on the right side on the column. We can't make them out. And,
On your
all
board
the
book?
pages. No, on all the pages that were scanned in. So.
Okay.
documents
So
are-
there's been a motion on the floor to move. Do I have a second?
Table it? Second.
No, there's been a motion for approval. So, yeah, so there's been a motion for approval. Do I have a
There's
second?
been a recommendation for approval. There hasn't been a motion.
No, I motioned. I moved. Yeah. If we don't have a second, it just dies, and then you can re-motion for, yeah. No second? Okay, motion dies. Mr. Salazar, you can go ahead and do your
Yeah, I'd
motion.
like to make a motion to table this to get it resubmitted back to the board, because all the numbers on the far right side are all cut off.
They're scanned in, but they're like 3/4 of the page, quarter of the page is missing.
Yeah.
Is this something that can wait until
Yes, we can wait.
our next
I was
one?
just curious to know who was cut off. I didn't realize.
Okay.
It was supporting document.
You heard Mr. Salazar's motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Archuleta. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter E, approval or disapproval of Honeywell replace and repair HVAC systems at Abiquiu, San Juan, Velarde, EVHS, and TEQ in the amount of $26,936.94. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. I'll motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Archuleta. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter F, approval or disapproval of School Equipment, Inc., removal and disposal of old wood chips and spreading new wood chips in the amount of $34,400.35. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation.
I recommend approval.
You heard the recommendation. I'll move. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Martinez. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter G, approval or disapproval of the Southwest Waterworks LLV S3W wastewater treatment improvements at the Dixon Elementary for $30,000 and $30,250. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. I'll move. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Martinez. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter H, approval or disapproval of Southwest Waterworks LLC contract renewal in the amount of $168,656. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. Do I got a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Salazar, second by Ms. Martinez. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter I, approval or disapproval of out-of-state travel for Michelle R. Martinez, Veronica Mendez Orozco, Megan Rial, and Angela Stewart to attend the Reading League Summit 2025 in Chicago, Illinois, April 21st to the 24th, 2025. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation.
Discussion real quick.
Go ahead, Mr. Salazar.
Do we have enough coverage, Mr. Spencer, for them leaving? I kind of saw some documentation in there where there's some money allocated for, I guess, substitutes while they're gone or something. So as far as you know, that they'll be covered for if they're gone?
Yes, as far as I know, we've got that covered.
Okay, you heard the recommendation. I'll move. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Salazar. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter J, approval or disapproval of out-of-state travel for Sophie Forbes to present at the National Science Teaching Association Conference in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, March 25th to the 30th, 2025. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. I will move. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Martinez. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Letter K, approval or disapproval for out-of-state travel for Army JROTC National Archery Tournament, April 23rd to the 25th, 2025, Salt Lake City, Utah. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. I'll move. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Martinez.
Discussion, how many, we don't have no documentation, but how many kids are going? Mr. Spencer.
Mr. Romero?
We have a total of seven. That's 16 and one alternate.
You need a chaperone?
It's chaperones and everything, right?
Awesome. You know what? Good luck over there. You guys are awesome. So
Thank you.
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Okay, I am going to motion on the consent agenda to approve letter A, bar number 0098-T pre-K to letter F, bar 0103-M, adult and child food program. Mr. Spencer, your recommendation. You heard the recommendation. Do I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Salazar, second by Ms. Martinez. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Announcements, letter A, regular board meeting, March 20th, 2025 at 6 p.m. EPS Educational Services Center. Do I got a motion to adjourn? Motion by Ms. Martinez. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Salazar. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. The time is 7:50. The meeting is now adjourned.
Yeah, it's a good night. That was good.
So can we get some clarification? So who created the agenda?
We created the agenda.
So when you create the agenda and you have an item C, who authorized that? You authorized that?
Me and the superintendent, we both have the final say so on the agenda, what goes on the agenda, yes.
Okay, so you contacted the city of Espanola?
I did not contact the city of Espanola, Mr.
You
Spencer.
contacted the city of Espanola? You did? Can you see that for the record?
I contacted the city of Espanola to have them present the project to the board, so we're aware of the.
When? A week ago, 2 weeks ago?
No, I want to say it might have been, I can't remember, it might have been Friday, if I can recall. We published the agenda on Monday. Was it Friday? Yeah.
It was Friday. Okay, because I just want to clarify stuff, because I like to call out people, so I just wanted to verify, because if it's on your agenda, that means you guys made contact with them, right?
Yes.
You guys want to put something on
We
your
gotta,
guys'.
we gotta talk 72 hours before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys want to just put it without getting contact.
Exactly.
Speaking with them, right?
Exactly.
Okay, because,
Me and Mr. Spencer together on
okay, okay, cool. Just gotta get things cleared up, because city lies, people lie, so I just, all right, cool. Thank you guys.